Hello, welcome Simon's Trading Channel. Happy Tuesday. One interesting couple of days for Bitcoin. Thank you for joining me for another one of my videos. Let's get straight on with the price action analysis. I hope this video finds you all well. Now, yesterday was all a bit of a kerfuffle. My goodness, people don't half react or aren't half reactive when Bitcoin sort of does anything other than straight up. Um, as you can see, nothing's changed. So even since last week, even since the week before that, going all the way back to November, Bitcoin's been within a range, right? And the range, yeah, it does change slightly every now and again. You get you get a wick here and a wick there. But overall, there's not been any change. Bitcoin has been consolidating, basically completely sideways. And so it continues for now. And let's face it, today is the 28th of February. No, Simon, today is the 28th of January. Is it likely that Bitcoin's going to do some massive bullish move to 120K in January when there's only a couple of days left? I don't think so. So, probably looking for February to be the month where Bitcoin makes its mind up and breaks out of this range. When you look at the overall momentum on the higher time frames, this is of course the weekly. Well, the momentum's to the upside, so it's way more likely that that move is going to be to the upside as well. Because at the end of the day, the trend is your friend, and the trend, which is your friend, is to the upside on this weekly time frame. You can see momentum still thoroughly to the upside. Now, jumping back to the daily, as the consolidation goes on, so far, despite yesterday's wick down to 97.5, more or less, price has closed and looks to close, although there's still 5 hours left of today, above the midpoint of the Bollinger Band. So as volatility cools off and then looks to expand, the midpoint of the Bollinger Band can give you if you like, an edge on where that move is likely to come. And so, excuse me. Oh, wow. Pardon me, that was a big sneeze. And so for now, if volatility did expand, because price is above the midpoint of the Bollinger Band, it's more likely that that move will be to the upside. You can see the support resistance coming in at 107,000. Got another sneeze. Sorry about that. So rude. I bet that's super loud on the video. Sorry about that. So 107 for several daily closures would confirm volatility expansion on daily time frame. The 4 hour, and you can see momentum still to the upside. It is cooling off, but it's still to the upside. And probably the 4 hour will give us a bit more of a clearer picture of where things are in the short term. So, yeah, there was a move down to basically the bottom of the range, really, on the 4 hour. It did wick down a little bit below. It did then pull back up to the support resistance level, but then it's kind of closed above it. So I would expect this area around about 102, somewhere between 101 and 102, probably to be support now for Bitcoin. But I'd like to see Bitcoin close above the midpoint of the Bollinger Band, which it more or less sat on, and then start to move above. For the same reasons I just pointed out in the daily, the longer the price action is below the midpoint of the Bollinger Band, the more likely the volatility, should it expand, will be a move to the downside. You can see momentum has been to the downside ever since yesterday's. That was Sunday evening. So evident ever since Sunday evening, but there's been significant bounce today. But momentum is to the downside. However, it's sort of retracing closer and closer to the zero line as we speak. From the point of view of, I mean, we can do this. Yeah, let's do this. So if you look at the last move, which it depends where you want to take it from. If you took it from the breakdown region in Fibonacci terms, you can see that price is then retraced pretty much to the 786, and it's now hovering around the 618. or somewhere between the 0.5 and the 786. I think the longer the Bitcoin stays in around that region, if I move that right now, so this kind of mini range between about 102 rounded up and 104 rounded up, the longer it stays there, the more likely it is that everything will kind of reset and then the next move will be to the upside. The counter is also true, such that if Bitcoin starts closing 4 hours and then if that bleeds into the daily back below pretty much 102, maybe 101 and a half, then it's likely another move back down, probably somewhere close to the bottom of the Bollinger Band, which is basically 100K. I think that would look completely fine and wouldn't change very much at all. It'd just be more consolidation. Bitcoin could even make another move below the current 4 hour low, which is coming in at 97.5, call it. You wouldn't want to see it really breaking down much below 90 though. So there could be another move back down to the lower 90s, mid to low 90s. It's not looking like it right now, but 4 hour momentum is to the downside. Daily momentum is to the upside, but cooling off. So, we'll see what happens. This would make this, if yesterday's price action turns out to be a low, that would look really nice. Because what I'm saying is if price can now defend the current wick low, this would make a lovely higher low compared to here. So, but to do that, really it's got to get back above the current high. They close, as I said a minute ago, a couple of dailies back above 107. That would make this look way more conclusive. But probably a move up to about 120K. Right, there we are. That's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, please like and subscribe and join me next time when we see what crazy shenanigans Bitcoin has been up to. Take care. Pardon me. See you next time. Bye-bye.